This is Gary Smith of Ratty Smith Funeral Home. We're honored to be sponsoring the Veteran of the Month project here on WYEA 106.5. All military veterans deserve our deepest respect, recognition, and admiration for the decision they made to serve, defend, and protect our country. It's an honor to be a part of sharing some of their stories.
Our Veteran of the Month for May is Joe Hassell. Mr. Hassell joined the U.S. Army in 1988 and took part in several deployments, both overseas and stateside, during wartime and peacetime. He was awarded several medals and commendations, including the highly distinguished Bronze Star and Army Air Medal during his time in Iraq. Joe tells us more about his military service in his own words.
Several. My last duty assignment, I was the C2 CRE Chief of the Search and Rescue Element for Operation Vibrant Response, and lastly, the Fire Chief at Fort McClellan. Before that, I was deployed in Operations Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom as the EVAC NCO. And before that, I was a combat medic in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. The Hurricane Katrina and Hurricane Rita and then the recent tornadoes that came through Tuscaloosa and Coleman and places like that, we got deployed to. But some overseas training we did. We went to Panama. Part of my job was to prepare medical equipment and supplies to go downrange, which I later learned was to be Guatemala. So we staged out of Panama when we controlled the canal zone at Fort Kobe. I didn't have a choice in the matter, brother. My dad was a colonel and was the state training officer for the Alabama Army National Guard. So I'm not going to say pretty much, but for all practical purposes, he controlled everybody in the Guard. And my uncle was here with me, and he can pretty much tell you that. He was very powerful in the Guard. I really didn't have a choice. When you join the Alabama Army National Guard, or any branch for that matter, you are, and say you want to be a medic, you're required to be an Army medic, you're required to be an EMT. So that alone can pretty much grant you a job anywhere, whether it be in a fire department or an ambulance service or anything like that. So, greatly beneficial. Plus, you can expand on that. EMTs can go in to be paramedics. You can really, your options are unlimited. The first thing I would tell them as a student, whether it be in 4th grade or in 12th grade, would be to stay in school and don't quit. And then, if there's no job opportunities out there available, then consider joining the military. Consider the reserve components. Consider the Army Reserve or the National Guard, or consider the active Army, or the Marine Corps, the Coast Guard, or Air Force, or any other branch. But consider that, because that is it's almost a guaranteed paycheck, and there is ascension in that. That would be my advice to them. Stay the course. Every now and then people are going to tell you to do things that you don't want to do. Nobody likes to be told something that you don't want to do, but stay the course. First sergeants and company commanders and sergeant majors and battalion commanders, they're not there because they're dumb. They're there because they're pretty smart. And listen to them and stay the course. That's my advice to them. Every now and then you're going to have to do something that you don't like to do, but do it, because chances are the person who told you to do it has done it themselves, and they would not have told you to do that if they have not done it themselves.
Congratulations to Joe Hassell, our Veteran of the Month for May.
We'd also like to thank American Legion Post 45 for helping with the selection process. This is Gary Smith of Ratty Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga.